Honda have just released the official specs and prices for its new electric car. And I had high hopes. My high hopes have been dashed. Here are the details. Here's the price, here's the range, here's the battery sizes, and here's why I think that this attempt at an EV from Honda is frankly disappointing. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. It's great to see you. I'm Sam Evans. I'm the Electric Viking. Thank you for tuning in. Welcome to the new subscribers. Great to have you guys. Honda, obviously lagging behind with EV sales worldwide, have lost massive market share, not just with EV sales, of course, but with sales in particular in places like China. In Australia, their sales have gone down by, I think, about 70% over the last few years. Things aren't really looking great for the company. They've said that they're in a bit of a crisis in China. They've said that apparently the Chinese people are being racist by not buying Japanese cars. I don't agree with that at all. I think that was maybe just a frustrated comment. However, they've just revealed their new electric car. This is destined for many global markets, many countries around the world. Should you buy one? Well, my first impression is absolutely no. Here's why. I think that you'd have to be a bit crazy or a real Honda tragic, there's quite a few of them out there, unfortunately, to buy this new electric car. First of all, the range. The range is just under 260 miles. That means it has around 20 miles less range than something like a Tesla Model Y. It's priced at a similar price to a Model Y, slightly more expensive, 45 to 49,000 pounds, depending on which version you buy. But it's a fair bit smaller. It's a similar size to a BYD Atto 3 or a Kia Niro, so it's definitely a size down, a bit more than a size down, possibly some might say. However, here's the fundamental issue that I have with this vehicle. Looking at it, it looks nice, not practical, but nice. Why would I say not practical? Well, look at how long that bonnet is. It's like a Mazda 3, right? Really long bonnet. Reminds me a little bit of some Mercedes cars, some Mercedes sports cars. And you buy them as a sports car, you don't buy them for a practical family car, but this is clearly intended for a family car type market, but it's not really made that way. That frunk has, well, underneath it, there's no frunk. It's just stuff in there. I mean, there's a motor in there, there's wires and stuff, and you can't store anything in there as you can with other electric cars. Now, considering how massive it is, I don't understand that. The other thing I find strange is that in a car this size, the boot is so small. It's a 360-litre boot. The boot size on a Volkswagen Golf is bigger than that. I think a Volkswagen Golf has a boot size of around 395 litres, so it's about 10% smaller boot than a Golf, which is a much smaller vehicle. The packaging in this car just, in my opinion, doesn't make sense. Now, this is one of the key sales points of an EV, in my opinion, is to get something that's practical. Look at BYD's Dolphin. Look how they've gotten so much interior space into such a small car. It's shaped really, really well to be really practical. The Dolphin boot, in fact, I believe the European version, the non-Chinese version, the one that goes to Europe and Australia and New Zealand, all the other countries, I think it has a bigger boot than this car. The car is just way smaller. So that's what I'm talking about here. Anyhow, what else do we know about it? Battery pack size. It's a 68.8 kilowatt hour battery pack. So it's a fairly good size, but it's only 62 kilowatt hours usable. So 10% of that battery pack isn't usable. It's like a buffer that Honda have obviously put in to prevent the battery from possibly getting issues. What's the battery chemistry? It's not a lithium iron phosphate battery. It's not a blade battery. It's not obviously an LFP battery. It's an NCM chemistry. So nickel, cobalt, manganese, lithium ion battery pack, which is, it's okay. But you would think that possibly a car this size with a battery pack that big would get a bit more range than what it does. I mean, 410 kilometers of range, in my opinion, just isn't enough for this price. Speaking of price, that 45 to 49,000 pounds, well, Australians, guess what that translates to? Yeah, that's around 90,000 Australian dollars, or US dollars, about 61,000 US dollars. In other words, it's about $13,000 US more than a Model Y. I'm averaging that out, but it's more expensive than a car that it's much smaller than, has much less range, and has much worse charging speed. Now, here's where things get even worse. The charging speed of this car, with a relatively small range is 65 kilowatt hour charging speed. 65 kilowatt charging speed. I mean, what? That's what we saw in EVs years ago. Surely Honda could have done better than 65 kilowatts in terms of charging speed, but that's what it is. How long is it going to take you to charge that battery pack? I don't know. You'll be around for a few days. Now, I'm joking. It'll probably take you around maybe 40 minutes to get from 20 to 80%. What about AC charging? AC charging is 11 kilowatt hours. So this car is a similar size to something like a Kia Niro EV, but it's quite a bit more expensive. Now, officially, Honda says you can charge it from 10 to 80% in 46 minutes. That's pretty slow, just for those of you who are new to the EV scene. It'll take 10 hours to charge on a 7.4 kilowatt charger. Now, that's a charger you would have at home, so that's not really relevant to fast charging. There is some pros to this car. I've looked hard and I've found them. It has a 10-inch screen in front of the driver. That's nice. It has a 15.1-inch media screen in the car. So it's got, two nice media screens for you to use. And it also has a digital key package. This enables the driver and up to 5 others to lock, unlock, and start the vehicle via an app. It's free of charge for the first year of ownership. And after that, you'll need to cough up a subscription fee. So I thought, hey, it's a great idea. I mean, you could use this for Uber or whatever else. Your cousins, your mother-in-law, if you don't want to see her. But then I realized that you got to pay a subscription fee for that feature. Now, what do you get by buying the most expensive model? You get a black or light gray premium synthetic leather seat and a panoramic sunroof, heated leather steering wheel, hands-free power tailgate, and upgraded audio system. You also get Honda's Parking Pilot system, which uses a multi-view camera system as well as additional side sensors to automatically detect and maneuver into parking spots. About warranty, 5-year warranty and roadside assistance is included in the UK. I'm going to guess that will be pretty much similar warranty across the board, 8 years on the battery pack and 160,000 kilometers. So what is the verdict on this car? Well, I mean, electrifying.com, who have just revealed the details on this car and the specifications, they gave it a 6 out of 10. Personally, can't say I've driven it, but based on the specifications, all the information that I have at hand, I'd probably give it about a 4. I mean, realistically, what are the saving graces of this car? What exactly makes it stand out versus anything else? Well, nothing. Maybe the fact that it's got a Honda badge on the front and it's actually electric. So that's a good thing. At least it means that the Honda Tragics will have something to buy that's not internal combustion. As for everyone else, steer clear of this dog. Sorry, my friends, but it is truly a dog. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.